Welcome back to Jarred, where we're going to discuss why Ryan keeps sending us videos of every mundane aspect of his life. Also, we fired Ryan. That's why he's not here. Anything anyone want to say or add?
I have a Coors Light.
Oh yeah, Sarah's here too. Beer.
That's all I got to say.
Talkative bunch you guys are. So for anyone listening, so it's a black tea and it's got Michael Myers and he's like, it's like tarot card style and he's like, yeah, it's really cool. And then at the bottom it says the boogeyman. So yeah, I actually like horror movies, unlike Ryan,
What a fake.
who claims he's yeah, I'm a big fan of horror films. Like,
and then he said he's scared of horror films.
no, but he hasn't.
Right
He hasn't seen Halloween
Oh.
or Scream.
How could you not have seen
I love
Scream?
this. We're just gonna spend the first.
Even I've seen Scream.
What is that supposed to mean? It's highly mainstream. It's mainstream.
But
Yeah. So we're just gonna spend the first 5 minutes shit talking Ryan. How about that?
So nothing new then.
I think he's a stupid.
you just sent
Goober.
another pointless video.
Another pointless video. Wow, it's more of the street.
Ryan's life is at stake, and that's why he's not present.
Ryan thinks he's making a documentary, and we're the viewers. Anyway, Ryan is stupid and he sucks, and I hope he dies. Moving on, though I don't really want to. We've got Dougie.
Yes. And I've
He sent another video. This.
someone just hit the wrong button.
I'm sorry. No, goodbye.
You said.
So, for anyone listening, Sarah just accidentally jumped into the video chat.
I'm not supposed to. I'm supposed to be a silent background character. Sorry. Oh, God. I saw 18 chins on that bitch as soon as she got on a screen.
Ryan sent another video. This man is his own Kris Jenner. Anyway, so we've got Dougie.
Yeah. Back to the setting.
Are you prepared?
On that note, I have a confession. I completely forgot that I was doing it this week till I was
Ooh, should I search something
till
real
I was
quick?
going to bed last night and went, oh crap.
Oh.
I have been doing some quick reading this morning. And
I love that. That's just like why I came ill prepared for an episode this season. I don't remember why though. I think I forgot maybe. I just had to bluff it. It's okay. You can bluff it too.
I'm not as good as bluffing as you are, that's for sure.
Dougie just said I'm a great liar. You heard it here, folks.
I didn't say that. I said bluffing. It's a difference.
That's the same thing. Amber said we're frozen for her. Okay.
Okay.
Look at her. She's distressed.
Why is your default like he's like okay, so
Well, Amber's not frozen for me.
she's not frozen for me either. Amber, can you hear us? Why does Ryan keep sending videos?
He won't stop. It's just him walking on dark streets. As if that has any cinematic, like, importance.
It's dark. That's it.
He sent a video agreeing that he does need my protection because he can't fight for
You ever been so scared you just repetitively make videos?
about being scared.
Okay, so
Right,
I
now he's lost.
guess we're on standby.
I'm scared.
Make a video about it.
That was really scaring me right now. I don't know what to do.
This is crazy. Ryan's going to listen to this episode and be like, oh, we're getting video called. I'm just saying, fuck it. I'm just going to keep recording.
Yeah, y'all.
What? Not even this is working.
Damn it.
It's raining outside. Our internet is kind of like dumb.
Oh, no, I'm out of here.
Ryan left as well. I'm by myself.
Poor Ryan. Oh, nope, I'm out. Ryan's probably like, oh, what the fuck? Some friends. Bye, Amber.
Amber looked like she was about to ask for ransom. Anyway, well, we'll just keep going, and Dougie, you can start telling your story, and if Amber joins back, she joins back.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So the one I'm going to talk about is nicknamed the Schoolgirl Strangler.
Oh.
So it's Arnold Carl Sodeman, born December 12th, 1899, and the murders happened between 1930 and 1935. He was a serial killer who targeted children, confessed to the 4 killings before being executed at Pentridge Prison in Victoria in 1936. So he was born in Victoria in 1899. His mother suffered from bouts of amnesia, and his father and grandfather had both died in mental institutions. At 18, he'd been sent to a reformatory for 12 months for fraud. It wasn't long after his release from the reformatory before he was in trouble with the police again for armed robbery and wounding of the station master at Surrey Hills train station. Sodeman was sent to prison to serve 3 years hard labour. While in prison, he escaped and was given another 12 months of hard labour to add to his existing sentence. By the time of his release in 1922, he was a well-seasoned criminal. In 26, he settled down to various labouring jobs, first in Melbourne and later in Gippsland. He married Bernice Pope at Collingwood, and their daughter was born in 1928. The marriage was a happy one, although Sodeman seemed to suffer from occasional bouts of depression and frequent drunkenness. He was never violent to his family. To those who knew him, he was a hard-working, mild and amiable man with a generous disposition. He led a normal, law-abiding existence until 1930. On November 9th, 1930, Sodeman abducted a 12-year-old schoolgirl, Mina Griffiths. He came upon his victim at the local playground playing with a group of friends. He gave the other girls some money and told them to go to the shop and get some candy. Meanwhile, he told his victim that he had a different errand for her to run. By the time the girl's friends returned to the playground, there was no sign of the man or their friend. Her body was discovered 2 days later at Ormond in an abandoned building. She'd been gagged, bound and strangled to death. On January 10th, 1931, he abducted 16-year-old Hazel Wilson and strangled her to death. Her body was also found in the suburb of Ormond. He had gagged both girls and tied their hands behind their back with portions of their clothing. He struck for the 3rd time on January 1st, 1935, so there's a 4-year gap there. His victim, Ethel Belshaw, was a 12-year-old girl whom he strangled at the seaside town of Inverloch. Belshaw was intending to buy an ice cream when she disappeared. On December 1st, 1935, Sodeman killed his 4th victim, a 6-year-old girl named June Rushmore. He met her while walking home from a local park. Her body was found the following day, less than 2 kilometres, 1.2 miles from her Leongatha home. She'd also been bound, gagged and strangled. Witnesses stated they had seen the child with a man on a bicycle shortly before her disappearance. Sodeman at the time was working with a crew fixing the Shire's roads. During morning smoko, a fellow co-worker had jokingly stated that he'd seen Sodeman on his bike near the crime scene. Sodeman replied angrily that he wasn't there. He had answered with such anger and rage, it was very out of character for him to react that way, the workers told police. Police rushed to the Sodeman's work site and took him away for questioning. As soon as police had him in their custody, Sodeman confessed to the crimes. Police were sceptical of him at first, but when he gave details of the crimes that only the killer could have known, they knew they had the right person. Whilst confessing to the crimes, Sodeman told police how he would link his thumbs together to simplify the choking of his victims. He was hung and buried at Pentridge Prison in Coburg on 1st of June 1936. Asked by the sheriff whether he had anything to say, he replied, "Nothing, sir." He walked to the scaffold, apparently unmoved. An autopsy disclosed that he was suffering from leptomeningitis, a degenerative disease which could cause serious congestion of the brain when aggravated by alcohol.
Wow, that's really specific.
Yeah, and which would explain his nature.
That's like tragically sad, though.
Yeah.
Because that makes you think it's not like him. His brain is fucking bloated.
He'd have some drinks and then just, yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a constant
That's
thing.
unfortunate.
Well, only happened 4 times that we know of. There was a witness, one of the neighbours was a young girl, same age as his daughter. And like many others in Leongatha, always suspected that there was something not quite right about the man. We were always frightened of him. In those days, you didn't call anyone Old Sodeman because your dad would pull you up and insist you call him Mr. Sodeman. But to us kids, he was always Old Sodeman. He wore sand shoes and was sort of creepy.
What are sand shoes?
Sneakers.
Probably like sandals, right?
Flip-flops?
No, sneakers, shoes, joggers.
Why are those called sand shoes?
Yeah.
No, I said why.
Oh, why? I thought, are they?
Yeah.
It's just what we called them. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, meningitis can induce psychosis. So, I mean, I can only imagine that being exacerbated by alcohol consumption. If you're already experiencing an episode of psychosis strictly from meningitis, that's sad.
Because of when it was back in the 1930s, it was probably unusual to see a man walking around in sand shoes rather than like dress shoes sort of thing, or work boots, which most people would have worn back then.
Leave my man alone. He just wanted to rock some fresh kicks, bro.
That's the main goal.
Were they Yeezys?
Damn.
I don't think they existed back then, Jess. A psychiatrist evaluated him and they all, said he was suffering from a disorder of the mind which created an obsessional impulse of such power that under the influence of alcohol, he was no longer responsible for his behaviour. Since Sodeman was intoxicated on all 4 occasions, the doctors concluded that he was insane at the times of the murders. Their conclusion was reinforced not only by Sodeman's repetitive behaviour, but also by his family's medical history. Both his father and grandfather had died insane. So it was a hereditary thing, I guess.
Yeah. Familial psychosis.
So that's the best I could come up with. Sorry.
You're like, well, Jess, well, like, what do you want me to say?
If you were going to say anything, I was just going to keep going. I know I probably shouldn't even be talking, but I'm just adding.
No, that's fine.
I'm supposed to just be spectating.
Hey, anything to sort of extend the episode a bit longer, I guess.
That was 10 minutes of serial killer and 15 minutes of Ryan
Chaos.
hate / Amber on the verge.
So he wasn't convicted of any of the crimes, right?
Yeah, no, he was. He
was proven to be insane at the time of the crime. So
no,
wouldn't
he
that
confessed.
absolve him?
He confessed to the murders.
Oh, okay.
Like police arrested him, and with regards to the 6-year-old girl's death,
mm-hmm.
and he straight up admitted to killing her and the 3 others as well. They didn't know that it was the same. Like the first 2 murders, they knew they were both in the same area, so they knew that this was the same person because how their bodies were found. But then there was a 4-year gap between to the next murder, but she died the exact same way as the other 2, and then so did the young girl, the 6-year-old girl. But yeah, when they arrested him, he straight up confessed. They weren't sure. That apparently they arrested 2 other people for. Yeah, they were a bit wary of convicting him without absolute proof because in the course of this case, they inadvertently accused 2 other men at different times of the murders, both who spent some time in a cell for the officer's mistakes.
You said that it was his father and his grandfather that died in a mental institution,
Yes.
right? And I think that's what makes it worse because it's such a cyclical tradition.
Yeah,
for,
like
the
whether he's
men in the family to be mentally.
Yeah, but I haven't seen any information whether they did anything bad.
Yeah.
It was when he.
But it makes you think about who the rest to come in that family, in that bloodline, if they share that same.
They have that that certain gene.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
but
he had a daughter.
meningitis is a bacterial infection, so.
Yeah. But he had a daughter, so whether she would have carried anything that might have triggered it if she had a son, don't know.
Yeah.
Dougie just explained the plot of a Riverdale episode.
For real?
Betty Cooper with a serial killer gene.
And I've never watched it.
Very interesting. You really pulled that one together out of your ass last
I was
minute.
going to say, pulled it together straight out of them cheeks.
Yep. Those little booty cheeks.
Little butt.
Thanks,
Little
Murderpedia.
Well, that's our shortest episode ever. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Is it? No.
Well, probably with a
No.
bit of editing, it will be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if you cut out all the blocks of...
Is Amber with
But
us?
Ryan doesn't do that, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he might with this one.
Yeah, there's going to be some
technical
big
difficulties.
blank spots.
And there's not a video, so it's not like it's extra work. It's like the same amount of work, I would think.
I just want to buy this from you.
Well, you can't. Fuck off. Goodbye. Anyway, well, that's great. Well, we'll go ahead and sign off then if there's nothing else to add.
No, I suck at doing this sort of shit, so I apologise for that.
You're great, Dougie. Shut up.
Well, I'm up next, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So, all right. Well, we'll see you guys next week.
Yep. Hopefully it'll be a longer one for you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Ryan will be back anyway. Bye.
Bye.